Hi, welcome to the latest episode of HDTV. I'm super excited to be here with Mitch Hochberg from Lightstone. Thanks so much for being here.
We are at Moxy Lower East Side, at the corner of Bowery and Broome in the heart of the Lower East Side. This is a new build. We were very fortunate. It's our first corner location, so it was really exciting to be able to get the scale that we could in the presence of the property. You can see it just standing here on the corner. We worked with Stonehill Taylor that has done all the Moxys with us in New York. Here what we did was we take the first 6 floors and they conform really to the tenement heights of the surrounding buildings. And then the setback really is where we have more of the glass tower that really you don't see from the street.
Love it. Well, should we go inside and check it out? Yeah, let's go see.
On this particular property, we're working with McKellis Boyd.
Okay.
We've been big fans of their work. They're based in London. Most of their work actually is in Europe. One of the things that we do look for when we're working with designers are designers that are great storytellers. So the combination of the pleasure gardens and the entertainment district, which were part of the history of the Bowery, really formulated the whole design theme for the property. When we started the venture and worked very closely with Noah Tepperberg on it, the CEO of Tao, we decided that for all the venues, we wanted to create new brands, new experiences, and not have anything redundant or feel like it was any type of a chain.
So should we go check out the lobby?
Love to.
Okay. So you got a lot in somewhat of a smaller space. Tell us what you wanted to bring for the community and what you wanted to create for the hotel here.
Right. So the lobby design really followed what the whole theme for the hotel was, which is the pleasure gardens and the entertainment district. So everything we did had some type of connection to it. If you take a look at all the greenery in the ceiling, the idea was instead of doing everything that was just typical and having greenery on the ground, let's turn it upside down and put it up on the ceiling, which is a lot of fun itself, right? There are a lot of moments, right, that really pick up, some very obvious and some more subtle. So the big bear with the hula hoop, a little bit of entertainment and a little bit of the cheekiness that Moxy has with it.
Right.
And then from a subtle point of view, if you look hidden in the chandeliers are 3D pinups of acrobats and dancers,
that's so fun.
Which is a little nod to the entertainment and the circuses and everything went on here.
Right.
So you see it throughout. We can take a look at the wallpaper. We had some custom wallpaper made. The bar itself,
it's beautiful.
The combination of the fluted glass, the brass, and the Harlequin pattern floor is a nod to the Art Deco vaudeville theaters that were throughout the neighborhood as well. So this is the largest studio. What's great about this is we can close it off if we want to and have it as a private meeting room. Or as you see today, people are working in here and it can be open to the guests to use. Either they can reserve it or they can squat here and work throughout the day. The other thing that this does, and it's something that's very important to us and our guests, is that we want the hotel lobby to be very inviting to the neighborhood. We think it's very essential to our guest experience. Our guests are really coming to experience the neighborhood itself. And what better way to experience the neighborhood than to be sitting next to somebody who lives there, right, and begin to chat with them.
Should we go check out some of the F&B venues?
That'd be great.
Okay.
Welcome to Saki no Hana.
Thank you. Beautiful.
The big story is keeping with the theatrical theme.
Right.
So these 2 big theatrical spiral staircases coming down was really to have almost a form of coming into a big space and have everybody watch you as you're coming up and down the stairs. One of the wonderful things that Rockwell came up with is these kimonos. They did a lot of research and they came up with some vintage kimonos and then had them replicated in this installation here.
So great. Should we go into the restaurant?
The wall has a brick in the background, again, very much Bowery and something that almost had been excavated and found during the construction, but more refined with the wood lattice that's put in front of it, the type of thing you'd see in a Japanese ryokan. So the combination was just really exciting to kind of all work together. And then if you take a look in the private dining room, there's a horsehair lighting installation, but the horsehair is done in a pink to reference the punk rock of the Bowery itself.
Oh.
So a little of this and a little of that was kind of an explosion of a lot of different references that comes up with this beautiful environment.
Right, and they all
Right.
work together in such a beautiful way.
Right,
Yeah.
they really do. And by the way, that's the Rockwell genius.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Should we go check out some more venues?
Well, let's do that.
Okay.
What this alley does is it takes us both to the Highlight Room, which is our rooftop bar and lounge,
Right.
and to Lucy's, our nightclub.
Fun.
And part of the design when working through the hotel is these food and beverage venues are so popular. How do we create them within the hotel but not interfere with the guest experience?
Good point.
So we were able to create these separate entrances, which allows the guests to enjoy it, but not really interfering with the day-to-day guests coming in and out of the hotel
Right.
itself.
All right, should we head up to Highlight?
Yeah, let's go up to Highlight.
I like how it glows. Okay, so beautiful 16th floor. What did you want to create here?
This was really totally embracing the German pleasure gardens. So we wanted to create an Eden in the sky. You have the majestic palm tree in the
Right.
middle. You have the greenery over the roof of the bar itself. The candelabras that you see in the chandeliers
Yep.
are really a reference to the outdoor candles and lighting that they used to have in the pleasure gardens themselves, right? And the most beautiful thing actually in the room were the views. So we basically took all the walls and opened them up. And during construction, when we realized what the view was, this wall is actually now a nano wall,
Oh, that's great.
right? That completely opens the room to the outside. So the views here are really spectacular, and there was a bit of a discovery for us because until we topped out,
Right.
we really didn't realize what we had. So it's a very unique location because if you look to the south, we can actually see the Battery, right? If you take a look over here to the west, we see the Freedom Tower.
Right.
And when we look to the north, we see the Empire State Building and Hudson Yards.
Amazing.
So at night, it's absolutely magical.
Yeah, but there's also dancing too, downstairs, right?
So we have some dancing here,
Right.
but if you really want to dance, we should go down to Lucy's, our nightclub.
Perfect.
Right.
Let's go.
Welcome to Lucy's.
Thank you.
So this is another club space that was designed by Rockwell,
Okay.
right? And the idea was to evoke a club that may have been there in the 1980s and a little bit of the gritty art scene that you see over the Lower East Side.
Yeah.
So the centerpiece is an installation which is supposed to represent an exploded disco ball,
Oh,
which
cool.
is really a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Right? There's a blue quartzite bar top,
Yep.
right, and bronze tile on the bar front. And the art piece over the bar is made of bronze and copper, right? And it's supposed to be a scaffolding that you would see during some construction and renovation along the Bowery, which there's always buildings that are turning around.
Right.
So that they decided to put something here that really is more representative of that.
Yeah. And how was it creating this, like digging this out and
It was a lot of work,
Yeah.
right, to do that. And it was an interesting development decision. Do we go down the second level or not?
Yep.
And when we were designing the hotel, we said we really wanted to put a club here. There wasn't enough room programmatically to do it on the upper floors.
Okay.
And we felt that if we put a club down here, you really were creating something that was truly an underground club,
Yep.
which was really great.
And you also did some really interesting artwork as wallpaper in the guest room corridors, right?
Yeah, that'd be really interesting to take a look at.
Okay, let's head out.
And of course, we always have fun with our hallways.
Yep.
So the carpet, inspired by an artist studio with the paint splashed all over the floor, and the custom wall covering are skateboarders, right, in all different types of poses. Some of them with their clothes on, others maybe not with as much clothes on,
Kind of fun.
but just a lot of fun. And to kind of take the guest from, oh, I have to walk down the hall, and let them have a memorable experience while they're walking down the hall itself.
Exactly. And it's good for high traffic.
We're always thinking about being practical.
Yeah, exactly. Form meets function.
Right.
All right, should we go see a room?
Love to.
Okay,
Thank you.
let's go.
Okay. Welcome to the Moxy guest room.
It's great.
The goal with the Moxy guest room, obviously, is to create something that's efficient.
Right.
In order to have the rate affordable, the room has to be a little bit smaller.
Yep.
So with all the Moxy guest rooms, right, we basically deconstructed the room in order to get the efficiency. There's no traditional closet, but
Okay.
there's a wall to hang up your clothes. Here, what we did is we have actually a closet that's hidden behind a mirror. Under the bed, there are cubbies and drawers that pull out for storage. And the other big component of making the room work is deconstructing the bathroom. So what we have is the sink, the bathroom sink. We've created basically a piece of furniture out of it.
Okay.
Right? So this is lava stone that's actually mined in France, right? And then lacquered and baked. Yeah. They're custom colors that we work on for each of the hotels. This is one of the more beautiful colors, I think, that we've done before. Yeah. But by having the sink out here and not part of the bathroom, we gain a lot of square footage. And nobody really minds it because it feels like it's a piece of art that's actually in the room itself. Right. One of the things that we learned that was obviously not as obvious to us in the beginning, but became more obvious when we started doing it, is the taller ceilings, right? And the floor-to-ceiling, wall-to-wall windows made all the difference in the world for the smaller guest room. So all the hotels now have 9 or 10 foot ceilings, right? Have floor-to-ceiling and wall-to-wall windows, which takes the space and makes it look so much bigger.
Should we go check out what is arguably your favorite spot in the whole hotel?
I would love showing it to you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Tell us where we are.
We're in Silver Linings, our piano bar.
Okay.
And this room has a special place for me. There's something about it when I first walked into it, when we finished it, that my knees actually got weak. We wanted to create something that was stylish, yet approachable. Right. And we wanted to do something that had some entertainment to it, but something that you could come to early evening, late night, and have some live music, which really don't see that much of anymore. We've kind of created this beautiful monochromatic room, which feels like it wants to embrace you and like a big bed that you want to crawl into in a very, very sophisticated but stylish way. Yeah. So we have the bar, right, which has its own silver lining on the back bar, right, which very playful circles with little nuances of different type of details that we put in it. Okay. And then the real fun part of the room is the mural that we worked with Michaelis Boyd on. Okay. The mural is an homage to the Silver Lining, which is the Warhol Silver Factory. Got it. Right? And this is an homage to the Silver Factory. So the face is of one of his muses. The banana is from the cover of Nico and the Velvet Underground album. Okay. And the words are from one of his poems. So you have this big mural in the room itself that kind of like embraces the room with all the nods to Warhol and the Silver Factory, and obviously the blue velvet, the silver. And then, of course, for Silver Linings, we have to have a silver piano. So what happens, and we kind of describe it, and we thought about this holistically, is a guest will come in, right? They'll have a cocktail in the lobby earlier in the evening, right? They may go up to their room, get ready for dinner, go up to the highlight room, and have a sunset cocktail in the highlight room, go down to Saki no Hana for dinner, finish dinner around 11, come up to Silver Linings, right? Listen to a performer till 1 a.m, and then go down to Lucy's and dance till 4. Yeah. There are very few places in the city that you can do that within a few blocks, let alone in a single building. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for showing us your beautiful hotel, and congratulations on the latest and greatest.
Thank you for visiting with us.
It's so fun.
Enjoyed the tour.
Yes.
Thank you.